I hope you're ready. This is going to be exciting.
Here we go, restarts up we go. Green flag is out and we're underway.
Just a few laps into this. Oh, the 37's getting loose. Oh, and he saves it. Oh, they're going 3 wide.
We've got a 5-way fight for the win of this race coming to 4 laps to go. Spectacular fashion. To Josh Adams.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. Daytona! This is going to be a good one here tonight for the next round of the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series presented by Goat Locker here live on V-Speed. It is Daytona. It is fast. It is all that you can get. And it's the damn road course. But we'll make the best out of it any way, shape, fashion, form. You see it all live here tonight on V-Speed. Good evening, folks. I'm the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reeves. Got Daniel Cunningham with me, co-commentating, and obviously Double L Lucas Slides on production here this evening. Daniel, buddy, how the hell are you? It has been a long week. Happy to be back out here doing some stock car racing. What's up? How's the week been for you, bud?
It has been a good one. Definitely happy to get back up here in the broadcast booth, get this fired off tonight. And you know what I think I might be looking forward to the most here tonight, Jake? When we did the IndyCar series back over the summer, you came up with some really great turn names for these road courses we went to. You had Noah Gragson Boulevard at Road America, Hold My Beer turn at Long Beach, I think it was. So I'm really curious to see what you come up with here tonight for these turn names.
Well, I mean, I would, I'm kind of, all that kind of went on a limb. I mean, it all kind of just winged it the whole time. So I got some pretty good turns, especially for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. They may be sister turns, if you want to put it that way. That might be a little spoiler for you later on down the road. Everybody that's got your heads in the gutter, get them out. That is not where I went with that whole deal. But, I mean, obviously, Daytona Road Course, that is tonight. But we've had a hell of a season, honestly, so far. As you see it right here, you season 8 schedule. Talladega, Homestead, they was the ones that really kicked it off. You got the Daytona Road Course, then you got Pocono, Dover. Thank God this is the last road course out of the whole damn thing. But then you got Pocono, which is going to be a Dash for Cash race. That'll certainly be something we'll have to be watching out for. Then Dover, and then after that, we're going playoff racing. You know, then you got Charlotte, then you got Bristol. They're in a little round themselves. Michigan, Phoenix in a little round. And then, honestly, if you can't hit it at Homestead, hell, at least finish it off at Kansas because honestly, I think Kansas is about the best track on iRacing, at least for the stock cars. But we're certainly getting down to the nitty-gritty as far as the schedule goes.
Yeah, we really are. You can see there, we got that Dash for Cash race next week. Top 5 drivers from tonight will be eligible for that next week. So definitely something to keep an eye out on for that. And, you talk about playoffs coming up. Let's go ahead and take a look at our point standings while we're at it. See those top 4 drivers locked in with a win. Jeremy Gardner, Cody McElwain, Timothy Wilms with his fuel strategy last week, and then Ryan Pendleton also locked in. Got guys like Tyler Justice, James Silvers, Jake Ellingson, pretty good cushion there to the cut line. But everybody from George Jewell in 8th on back to, really all the way down there to 19th and 20th, able to make up some ground. And, of course, you've always got that possibility of somebody winning a race and locking themselves in from below that cut line as well.
Yeah, it absolutely would throw a wrench in it, especially for somebody way down there to get a win, lock himself in, slide right on up there, and be racing in the playoffs here for the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series. We talked about a second ago, Daytona Road Course. Dear Lord, you see it right there, 3.5 miles in length, obviously road course. No pun intended. But 12 corners. And, you mentioned it a while ago as far as the turn names, I guess you could say. One big thing about this is that it doesn't have that kink right before where the pit road would be, which is obviously how NASCAR ran it when they had that clash here for the road course, which was absolutely the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life for a clash. But, it's not got that kink in it, that little bus stop or however the hell you want to look at it. But anyway, that's what your schedule, or that's what your track looks like. They go through 1, 2, down through the middle, and then they got the bus stop on the back. But certainly some high speeds, high thrills, high excitement in some of these corners here tonight at Daytona as we get ready for the start here tonight at Daytona and go through the grid. And how about you on the Jam Printing and Promotions Pole Award winner will go to Cody McElwain. And obviously, since forming in 2013, Jam has contributed printing and promotional sponsorships to more than 60 local nonprofits. 60. That's a lot of them. With a primary focus on organizations that assist veterans, women, and children. They have been with Goat Locker Racing since the very, very beginning. Local and veteran certified. When they do well, they do good in the community. So thank you very much to Jam Printing and Promotions, and thank you very much for that. And on this poll, as we mentioned, Cody McElwain to his outside, 2 in a row. Starting on the outside so far this week here at Goat Locker. He done it last night with the Lincoln Tech IndyCar Series. He's starting on the outside of the front row here tonight. It's Brian Provo in the 08. Tyler Justice finished in the podium last night with the IndyCars. He's going to be rolling off from P3 with Big Daddy G. Jeremy Gardner rolled off from P4. Dylan Canova starting in P5 with the man, the myth, the legend, Patrick Drabick rolling off from P6. Cody Anderson rolling off from P7 with James Silvers in P8. James Kaufman roll off from P9, and Timothy Wilms in the 86 rounding out the top 10.
And starting in 11th is going to be Jamie Lipke. Ignore that 12th place driver. Lucas is not in here as a racer. He's in here as a producer. So we'll go ahead and skip to 13th, which is going to be George Jewell with Jake Ellingson in 14th. Rolling off in 15th this evening is going to be Corinne Smith with Charles Aber in the 16th position. Starting in 17th is going to be Tyler Evans, Bobby Germain in 18th. And then rounding out our field this evening is going to be Claire Sisk starting in 19th.
40 laps is what is on tap here tonight. The Daytona Road Course, you see them working their way through the turns. These banked up turns right here, I guess you could say, these would be a hold my beer turn, literally, because, if you think about it, Daniel, 31 degrees of banking here in these corners here at Daytona. You really have to figure out a way to hold your beer in these corners, for the simple fact that if you do not figure out a way to hold it, you will spill that beer very, very fast Maybe not beer, maybe whiskey, maybe Coca-Cola, however you want to look at it, but you will spill that drink faster than anything on those 31 degrees of banking. So I believe both of the corners, both of those bank turns will be the hold my beer turns here this evening as we're getting ready for the next round of the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series presented by Goat Locker Live here on V-Speed. We got a virtual race. Up front, Cody McElwain, Brian Provo lead them going into turn number 1. This is a kiss them goodbye quarter, I guess you can say, because if they blow that quarter, you can kiss them goodbye straight to the damn tires. They worked their way right there at the exit of pit road and going into the very first hairpin turn.
Oh, we did have a car around in that first turn. That was Timothy Wilms. Got off into the grass a little bit, spins off track, but able to keep it from collecting anybody else. And I'll tell you what, I was worried about that turn 1, lap 1. These cars, these next-gen cars, do not stop for anything when you are on cold tires at a road course. We had the short pace lap, not a lot of time to get heat into the tires, but everybody doing a really nice job here, especially with as flat as this infield is. Not a whole lot of grip to be found. I really thought there would be a little bit more calamity, we'll say, there through the infield that first time, but everybody doing a nice job keeping it on the track so far.
Yeah, I mean, 1 out of 40. I mean, yeah, I'm very shocked that we're not seeing anything crazy right now as of yet. But McElwain trying to get away from Provo. Then you got Gardner. He's already slid up a spot, went from 4th to 3rd. Justice slid back to 4th. They worked their way down the back chute. This one right here, I mean, we talked about kiss them goodbye corner. This one right here is I don't know. I'm thinking one right here on this one. This one might be a tank slapper, as I think I just saw one of them slide up and hit the damn outside retaining wall. Not 100% who that was, but certainly looked like somebody kind of lost it right there coming out. Was that Pendleton? No, Tyler Justice, excuse me, in the 33. Tyler Justice absolutely loses it right here. And this, Daniel, I'm going to have to think on this one because this is, WeatherTech corner, I guess. WeatherTech sponsors it. Damn, how about this right here? X Games corner, because Tyler Justice really made it X Games corner. I mean, airborne for the 33.
Yeah, say we could call that airtime turn there if you want to call it that. He hit those hurdles or rumble strips or whatever you want to call them, and man, that thing right there looked like it was getting ready. That thing looked like it was shot off an aircraft carrier. It just saw the 12 of Claire Sisk also go around, so a couple of drivers running into a little bit of issue here early on. But yeah, I mean, this track, like these cars on road courses, they're hard to drive. They don't drive anything like the Xfinity car, the truck, the ARCA car. They don't drive anything like a stock car on a road course. It almost puts me more in the mind of the GT3 cars, just with how you have to bring the tires up and all of that. So it really doesn't surprise me seeing McElwain, Provo, and Gardner up there in the top 3 right now, knowing that they've been running that Saturday night GT3 series we've got here.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously that helps out a lot, especially with those GT3 cars. I mean, Daniel, you brought that up. The GT3 series and these next gen cars. I mean, certainly there is some similarities to both of these cars. Maybe with the shifted, maybe not. Maybe even the suspension. I mean. Well, hell, you know more about them GT3 cars than I do, but what's the similarities, like you said, with those front 3 that have that experience in those cars? What are they trying to look forward to, and what are they using here tonight with the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series?
I'm going to be honest with you, Jake. I just gave you all of my GT3 knowledge in that first little segment I gave, so...
Damn.
Your guess is good as mine at this point. I mean, I do know I've heard the drivers say with the GT3 cars, especially since they've done some of the tire model updates, you've really got to work the tires in, get into a groove, get some heat into them. Jeremy Gardner taking a little Tokyo drift there through the infield. Man, he did a heck of a job saving that thing right there. I don't know if we can queue up a quick replay of that. Don't think there was any contact leading to it. Gardner, actually, Brian Provo gets a little wide there through turn 1. Gardner able to put some pressure on here down the pit exit straight. It looked like Provo was kind of content to just let him go here. And Oh, yeah. I mean, there was maybe a little touch there after the fact, but yeah, Gardner was starting to go around. Hell, the 08 might have helped straighten him out a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, hit him right square in the back the back door. Tried to maybe straighten him out. But, I mean, what you were talking about with the GT3s, all your knowledge on that one, I mean, not for you, but more for me, honestly, because I was actually – I'm not 100% on it. Lucas Lyons saying a little bit, behind the scenes, I guess you could say, Daniel, he's giving us a little bit of a comparison, but we've seen Lucas's record on, some of these races. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to guess, I guess you could say, at Lucas's answer. He said it, more similar to, what did you say, V8 supercars? I believe that's what it was. So, I could probably see that. That is right smack dab in the middle of SVG country, right there with those, particular automobiles, which obviously I'm not a big fan of SVG, but McElwain leads 3.5 seconds right now over Gardner. Provo trying to get back to him. Canova and Patrick Dravick back up here, sliding up here inside the top 5. Pretty good little run right here, lap 440.
Yeah, and the one thing that I saw through Oval 3 and 4 there that was kind of interesting to me was just how much Canova was able to close up in the banking, utilizing that draft, similar to what you would see with the sports cars racing here. They obviously these cars don't have the drafting package on it that we would see if we were out there running the Oval, but still. The draft coming into play is the boss man, Patrick Dravick. El Presidente goes around there. Just a little lazy spin there, going through the horseshoe, one of those horseshoes. I can't remember which one's which through there, but he was right there at the back of this little 3-car battle, just trying to take a little bit later apex through there. And actually, I'm sorry, this is the next horseshoe that they go through where he's actually going to spin. And Lucas just said that was the international horseshoe. I don't know what makes it international when the whole thing's in Florida, but that's beside the point. But yeah, you can see here, gets in a little bit hot actually, and just back end just loops around on him.
I mean, you were talking about horseshoe turns, I guess, so that really helps me out on, at least for the name of that turn. That is Seabiscuit turn. That's the way that I'm going to look at it. That right there is Seabiscuit turn. And, folks, if you don't understand what I mean by that, Seabiscuit turn, Seabiscuit was so damn fast, he spun everybody's heads around. Patrick Dravick, he shot all the way up there to 5th, and then obviously he was so fast, he just spun his ass right on out. So there you go, Seabiscuit turn. That's the best way that I can look at it. Maybe not Patrick Dravick's favorite name for a turn, but certainly that's the best one that I can look at it. But really and truthfully, you talk about horseshoe turns, there's really 3 of them if you want to think of, maybe even 4, but really this turn and obviously Seabiscuit turn, those are the 2 big ones. But I don't understand about that international deal. I ain't got a clue.
Yeah, I don't know. He says it has something to do with the airport. I don't know. All I know is it's in Florida, and Florida's not international for us, so I don't know. That's all I'm going with. But, you talked a little bit earlier about records and track records and stuff like that here. Something interesting that I was looking at earlier, just looking at the way that the season's played out. We know Cody McElwain, current race leader, has 3 wins on the season. He wins every other race. He won the 2nd race of the season at Homestead. He won the 4th race of the season at Watkins Glen. He won the 6th race of the season at Gateway. Tonight is the 8th race of the season. So maybe that might be the guy that I should go with for my pick to win this evening. It's at 6 of Cody McElwain. I mean, it's kind of the low-hanging fruit when he started on pole and he's out there just putting the whipping on the field right now. But that seems to be a pretty safe bet to go with here, just based off of how the rest of the season's played out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously trends and all that could really play a big factor. As you see it right now on your screen, Provo, Canova, this is the battle to come talk to us after this whole deal right here. Obviously for points, but I'm sure they would love to come talk to us as well. Obviously get a little TV time one way or another, and this is the way you do it, baby. Side by side, get the draft, try to pull the slingshot. Canova had a bad spot, though, up on the top side as they go through looky here turn. That's the best one that I can come up with for that one as they go in there. Looky here at this. This is going to get interesting. Certainly does every time they go into the first turn. here for the Daytona Road Course. They slide on down to this next horseshoe turn that I'll think of a name for here in a minute and work their way to Seabiscuit turn here in just a second.
We're not going to call that one Secretariat Corner, are we? You already got Seabiscuit, so maybe we need another one in there. But, yeah, I mean, Canova in that 70, he is just absolutely all over the back of Brian Provo here, trying to find a way around. Seems like he's got a little bit more speed, but you can see there he tries to get hard on the brakes down into Seabiscuit Corner here and just, back end starts dancing around on him a little bit. The thing I'm going to be interested to see here as they come out of this turn, you can see Brian Provo taking a little wider line. So right on board with Dylan Canova. Can Canova get that draft through the ovals portion of the track again like he's been doing over in 3 and 4, oval 3 and 4, to try to close up on the back of the 08 car?
Yeah, I got a very good feeling. We'll see if they can try to get the draft on this. And I know we were talking about airtime turn right here. I think this one right here would be hangover turn. To be honest with you, right here with this bus stop, honestly, because if you think about it, if you screw that turn up just like Tyler Justice did a while ago, you'll feel like you got a hangover. Like literally, I mean, you will feel like you got one. And obviously, Tyler Justice about 4 laps down right now, obviously feeling the hangover, I guess you could say. Jake Ellingson, something happened to the 27. Not 100% what happened to him. Hell, he's about 3 laps down, so something happened with the 27. Something happened with him, and not 100%. But I mean, we'll think of some more crazy name turns and everything else. But the big one out of all this, we saw all these turns. We saw the horseshoe turns, the bus stops, and all that. But no other road course, at least to my knowledge, Daniel. You know me, I don't know a whole lot about these damn things. But no other road course, it does it like Daytona does. Maybe Charlotte to a certain extent with the Roval, but certainly none of them has got the corners banked up 31 degrees of banking like it is here tonight at Daytona.
Yeah, definitely a unique situation here, the unique layout with the oval portion. But real quick, something actually just caught out of the corner of my eye. There was actually just some contact between the 4 of James Silvers and the 36 of George Jewell, a little bit further back in the pack. Like Silvers just got in a little bit hot into one of these turns. See the tail end of it right there. Back this up just a little bit further to take a look at what happened between these two drivers. And Silvers was catching George Jewell at a pretty quick rate of speed. I mean, Silvers, somebody I've raced against in other series on road courses, always comes out pretty fast. And you can see there was a little mistake there out of the 36 of George Jewell that allowed Silvers to close in even more. But Silvers just gets in a little bit hot, locks up the right front, makes contact. Both drivers able to get it back on track. I don't think either one of them actually lost a position out of that deal either. So, yeah, we'll say no harm, no foul on that. A little bit of time lost, but no track position lost, at least, between the two of them. And Silvers was actually just issued a black flag by race control for that contact. I believe he actually mic'd up and actually claimed that black flag as well, saying that was on him for just locking it up. So going to serve that penalty here for the 4 car.
And you know somebody that doesn't have a black flag? Do you know somebody that doesn't? Anybody out there? Guess what? It's Cruisin Classics. They don't have black flags. They never have black flags with all their great cars, and obviously they are located in Columbus, Ohio. Obviously, Cruisin Classics has a BEA beautiful 56,000 square foot showroom filled with hundreds of unique automobiles. There's something for everybody out of their hand-picked selection of muscle cars and hot rods. Come on down to visit the facility today and check out their website at CruisinClassicsInc.com. So thank you very much to Cruisin Classics for their title sponsorship, obviously, of the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series. It's been going on for so long, and just thank them for everything that they do, not only for sponsoring with Goat Locker, but, I talked about this last night with Eddie Smith with the Lincoln Tech guys. making all of us, letting us actually see beautiful cars, because, Daniel, you know as well as I do, both of us, we can't afford them damn things. Them suckers are too damn high. We can't afford those cars, but at least we get to see them in prime and pristine condition the way that we see them with Cruisin Classics.
Yeah, and it's funny. I was actually just telling Lucas the other day that men never grow up. Our toys just get bigger and more expensive. You go from collecting little Matchbox cars to wanting to collect the real thing. And sometimes the want outweighs the budget. So it's really cool, the just the inventory that they've got, just being able to see some of the stuff. And definitely, as you mentioned, we appreciate the support that they give the league as well. One of the awesome things that we've got here is we do have so many great sponsors that help support what we do. Another one there on the hood of the 57 car of Jeremy Gardner. Almost called him the 42, thinking of his Friday night number. But that is Save 22. They're a 501c3 organization dedicated to preventing suicide among veterans, active duty personnel, and first responders. Their unwavering mission extends to 4 critical pillars: shield, assist, volunteer, and educate at save22.vet, another one of our great sponsors over here.
Yeah, Save 22. All our great sponsors. There's so many of them. We'll name up a couple more of them here later on this evening, but check it out. See some battles going on back here. See the 20 back here trying to hold it down, trying to make something happen. Just battles all over the racetrack. That is the 20 right there with Patrick Drabick in the 07 trying to battle back, trying to get around Cody Anderson in the 20. This is the battle for the P5 spot. And remember, Drabick spun it around over there in Seabiscuit Corner, trying to lunge back up. He may end up getting a freebie right here. Oh my gosh. Daniel, going into hangover corner right there, when you got somebody right there in front of you, you're trying to size them up, and then all of a sudden they just blink out. What's that do for the driver behind them, trying to figure out a way to get around them when they disappear and then they come back? It's got to throw you for a loop.
It really makes you say, I hope to God that they're where I think they're going to be when they reappear on the track, because like you said, you're kind of using them to judge your braking points. You're trying to not run them over getting into the turn or anything like that, and they disappear. Well, it's kind of hard to judge what a car's doing when you can't see them. So, definitely not a good place for that to happen. But you can see there, Cody Anderson in the 20 takes a wide line, maybe gets off track just a little through whatever turn we want to call that, hold my beer turn, or whatever you want to call it over there in turns 1, 2, and 3. And Patrick Drabick tried to make that long way around work, see if they keep it side by side through the kink down here. But Drabick actually going to be able to clear before they even get to that point. So that spin earlier for the 07 not hurting him a whole lot as of yet. As far as the speed of that car, still able to make some passes, make some good moves here. And one thing, Jake, as we approach lap 10 here, already about a quarter of a way through this race that we haven't talked about yet, is our fuel runs and our pit strategies and things of that nature that we're going to be closing in on here before too much longer. As you mentioned earlier, 40 laps in length for this race this evening, 55-mile-an-hour pit road speed. Got 3 sets of tires in the pits, but probably not going to use them all. Hopefully you don't have to use them all. And a fuel run anywhere between about 18 to 22 laps. So good possibility that these guys will be able to make it on one stop here this evening. And probably just going to split this just about in half with their fuel runs, try to make it to the end on that one stop.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest with you, I think I may have all of our turn names down right here. I got all our turn names down. So I'll see if I can run through this real quick, kind of give everybody an idea, maybe ride on board, with maybe somebody, just try to go through the turns. That way we've got an idea. Just, pick us one. Yeah, why not? We'll go with Cody McAwade as he works his way through one of the turns. Now we'll go through the kink. That's what I'm going to call this one right here. This is the kink. Then they'll flip-flop and go through Seabiscuit Corner all the way down right here. And they'll come out of this corner, work their way down this short chute before they get to the Hold My Beer corners. And this is called Crank It Up. This is the Crank It Up corner right here, because obviously they're going to crank that wheel. You see Cody McAwade cranking that sucker all the way to the left, You've got to be careful with the throttle management. Don't want to spin the tires right there. You can straight up blow it straight into Hold My Beer corner right here. 2 of them, mind you, which is obviously the 231 degrees of banking here tonight at Daytona. Then they'll go into Hangover corner. That's where they're going to be shooting for right here as well. And you see them work their way. Here he goes, working his way through there. Hits the bus stop. Hit that one. Hit that one. 4 shots, literally 4 shots of whiskey right there at your local bar. And then right up to Hold My Beer corner. Everybody's going to be drinking here tonight, I think, after this race. Very good possibility. Trial, there's nothing really there to name, I guess you could say. But really, when you go into this first turn, this turn and the S's is literally called Watch This. Every bit of it is called Watch This, just because but watch this, literally drives down in there, comes out wide, comes down on the bottom. Don't want to hit the grass, don't want to hit that metal thing that was sitting right there. You'd easily knock the whole damn radiator out. And then watch this, through the weaves, through here. Here's slingshot corner. This is what I'm thinking right here. Go through, you come down right here on the bottom, come out, gas up, watch your throttle, and slingshot that sucker clean out of there, straight into the cake. Seabiscuit corner. That's the names that I come up with literally on the fly, like I usually do here with these road courses.
You know what? Back when we were doing the IndyCar series over the summer, and you had to miss, I'm going to say you had to miss the week, but you missed the week because of your son being born. You know, we did a ride along for a lap when we had Ken Huber up in the booth, and he was filling in at Sebring, and Ken was naming all the turns going around, but he was using the real names. So I said that was impressive, what Ken did. You sitting here coming up with these names on the fly, that's pretty impressive too. So that is just the kind of quality that you get out of these V-Speed broadcasts here on the road courses in these cars.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's all original, folks. It's all original. None of this right here is scripted. We don't script it. No. I mean, we got a script. Damn, right here. Here is Silvers coming out of Hangover corner. I mean, damn. I mean, he just kind of just whipped it, just gassed it up, tried to make it stick, wasn't able to do it. And right there used to be a whole lot of grass. But I think obviously Ryan Preece, you can thank Ryan Preece for that. That is why that there is no grass there. And apparently it didn't even work out for him for the Daytona 500 because he still wrecked the damn car. But that's beside the point. Patrick Dravick trying to work his way, trying to run down Cody Anderson. He had him in his sights, had him in his crosshairs, but wasn't able to pull the trigger, if you will. Still sitting back in the 6th spot, trying to get back into the top 5. And, you know, Daniel, we saw this a second ago. Think about this. Patrick Dravick, where he's sitting at right now. Look at the point standings that we had. If we get a chance, if Lucas can show us these point standings maybe, look at where Patrick Dravick was. If I remember correctly, he was about 13th in the points, right below that 12th cut line. There he is, 4 points out. Jamie Barkus not here this evening. Alex Cruz is not here this evening. That may help him slide up there as well. So, you know, this is a night right here that Dravick needs to try to get as many points as he can. Try to leapfrog Barkus. Canova, he's up there running in 3rd, so he should be good to go. But Cruz not here. And, you know, there's no other damn worse feeling for Patrick Dravick than to try to jump up here and get into the top 12. And the man that you're trying to jump is Jamie Barkus. I mean, that is just bad luck all the way around off that whole deal.
Yeah, and, you know, speaking from experience, a lot of times your teammates are the ones that you want to knock out of it. Like if I'm racing against Lucas Lyons, our producer, and I see that he's in the cutoff spot and I'm chasing him down, I'm saying, well, yeah, I definitely want to beat him. Screw that guy. So, you know, I'm right there with you though. It's tougher when it's a teammate, but sometimes it gives you a little bit extra motivation when it's a teammate. And, you know, for those that are watching along at home and taking a look at the broadcast tonight, you may be thinking, well, if he's only 4 points back at Barkus, and Barkas ain't running tonight, well, that seems like a pretty easy task to go ahead and jump him in the points. But these drivers do get 2 drop races to use during the regular season where it'll automatically drop your 2 lowest races. So with Barkas not being here, you know, he may still end up having points that he scored because this race basically isn't counting towards his point total, depending on how his other ones have played out.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very, very good point, and something we'll have to be watching out for is now Patrick Drabick right here trying to get around Anderson one way or another. Anderson now working his way through the quarters, go through Slingshot, coming to the kick, coming to Seabiscuit, and then crank it up, going through the infield, literally here for the virtual Daytona road course. Right here on lap 14 of 40. And folks, if you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe to V-Speed. Keep up with everything going on with Goat Locker. Check out Goat Locker when you get a chance on all the social media platforms, and keep up with Goat Locker Racing. Everything that Patrick Drabick and Jamie Barkas has got going on here is, you see the man, the myth, the legend. I mean, just absolutely now hounding Anderson. Anderson, that gap has shrunk in a hurry. Oh, baby, I'm telling you, Anderson might want to get the hell out of the way. Drabick's right there.
Yeah, and what's interesting is we had actually seen Drabick complete this pass earlier. He had gotten ahead of Cody Anderson through the infield, so not sure if Pat maybe had another, I don't want to say spin, but maybe had another moment somewhere with just a mistake that allowed Anderson to get back by us. No sooner than we say that and talk about him, do airtime turn there. Patrick Drabick catches the turtles or the rumble strip, whatever you want to call it, just the wrong way. Go back and take a quick look at this on the V-Speed instant replay. You see is that second one, and man, you can really see how these cars are bouncing through there, and just bounces just the wrong way, and around she goes, but at least able to keep it off the wall, doesn't hit anything. But another setback here this evening for Drabick in that 07 car.
Yeah, I mean, hangover turn, we can throw that out. We'll go with their time turn. That absolutely works out because, I mean, they're getting a whole lot of air. But, I mean, Daniel, they've got to do that. They have got to thread the needle. They've got to push the issue to try to get some kind of speed one way or another around this road course. But if they want to catch Cody McElwain, they better find a shortcut pretty damn fast. They better find a joker lap is what they need to have because McElwain, especially from Patrick Drabick, is 39 seconds ahead of him. And Drabick's already starting to put guys a lap down. He's already got Evans, Joel, Justice. He's got these guys laps down, working his way through airtime turn. I mean, McElwain's putting it on him right here. And, I mean, Daniel, you called it a while ago. As far as the history and, how everything is going so far this season, McElwain would be the driver to pull it off here tonight. It's basically his race to lose. Only thing he can't do is screw up or get the commentator cursed. But I'll say this, commentator, if he screws up, it's on you because you're the one right off the bat that said, yeah, I think McElwain's got this sucker pretty much, if history goes, I'm going with McElwain. So if he screws up, it's on you.
Yeah, we're about to find out which one is bigger, the trend of him winning every other race or the trend of me screwing over every driver I picked for a win. So he's already doing better than Patrick Drabick did the last time I picked him when it knocked his damn power out before the race even started, so he couldn't even take the grid. So already a step ahead. And, it's funny, as soon as you mentioned that, taking a look out there in the live YouTube chat, see Samuel Yosef out there saying commentators curse. And, that was something we even talked about during the fundraiser race a couple of weeks ago, was that, it seems like whatever driver I talk about never fails. They end up spinning or getting wrecked or, like I said, act of God and the power goes out, whatever the case is. So, hey, that's another fundraiser idea here for Goat Locker. You got a driver that maybe pissed you off in another series, or maybe somebody that you just plain old don't like. My services are open to the highest bidder. I'll make them the pick, and we can make sure that they finish somewhere in the back.
Yeah, I mean, what a What a way right there to make a little side cash right there, Daniel. I mean, hell, $5. You got somebody that you won't wreck, somebody that's pissed you off in the past just because they rubbed you the wrong way out on the racetrack. You want them screwed over, call Daniel Cunningham. He will get you lined up 9 ways to Sunday. 1-800-SCREWED. That is the number to call. He will line you up 100 ways, shape, fashion, or form. I don't even know if you could exit. No, I don't even know if the letters will line up. I'll figure out a good number for you here in a minute, Daniel. But it does seem like that in the past. It has seemed like that that is legit. I guess you could say with both of us. I mean, think about what was it? Road America.
Oh yeah.
Road America. We absolutely wore people out on that commentator curse. I mean, it was so sad. Poor drivers, they were dropping like noobs in Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's bad when your producer actually has to make a compilation video of all the people that we put the broadcaster curse on. That right there tells you that there's something going on. I mean, my pick to win that race, I don't even think he made it through lap 1, turn 1. That was Brian Provo in that one. So, yeah, I don't know. There's definitely some power in that commentator's curse somewhere along the line. So, yeah, it's definitely a good side hustle if we could get some people on board with it. But, yeah, and you know what? This one right here was almost on Lucas Lyons. He put the camera on James Kaufman. I haven't said his name. I haven't said his number. I ain't said nothing about him. Lucas put the camera on him, and he damn near locked it up and ran off course there. So apparently the producer curse is a thing too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we need to get that scoreboard back up. We need to get Lyons, Lucas, to get that scoreboard back up one way or another. Try to get something going on. Just try to make it interesting. Just wanted to try to, just try to make it interesting. Try to get it lined up, whatever. Try to keep a score sheet one way or another. I mean, look, the playoffs start. Lucas, you got time. You got 2 weeks. All right, get your scoreboard lined up. All 3 of us, we will pick drivers and everything else. And whoever has got the least amount of points out of all of it, they got to do something crazy. We got to do something crazy, something out of the ordinary. We'll talk about it when we go to commercial or after the race. We'll figure something out. But we got to get a little friendly bet going on right here with the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series. We got to do something.
Yeah, we got to bring it back somehow or another. But, yeah, right now, taking a look out there on the track, you see the 10 of Corinne Smith just had a bit of a moment there. Believe that was through airtime turn yet again. Maybe actually not quite there. This was actually this was getting ready to come back up onto oval 1 and 2, and yeah, just gets down there on that flat area. There is a pretty big bump exiting the infield portion back up onto oval 1 and 2 there. That I hit at a timer 12 when we ran the Daytona 24 here, and almost spun out of that turn as well. So easy to do, and just not a lot of grip when you get through there. So good job of keeping it out of the wall, keeping it off of everything else. Let's take a look here. Pretty good battle for the final podium position, the final interview spot here between Canova and Provo. These two have just been pretty much glued to each other most of the evening.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, just literally latched right on to one another throughout this race. Provo tried to make something happen one way or another. And Canova right there in the mix of that as well. I mean, just damn, I mean, right there, right up against one another, trying to make something happen, really wanting to try to get up here and have a talk with us when this thing is all said and done. Canova, we've watched him a couple of times. We've been watching it a little bit, Daniel. Canova has damn near threw it away a couple of times, but once he damn near throws it away, Provo will slip up, and then he'll about give it away, and they counteract one another, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's all going to be about, and I say this all the time when we go to this road course, it's all about who can survive and make it all the way to the end. So far tonight, nobody's done anything crazy as of yet. Nobody's done anything crazy as of yet to try to make us think about surviving, but certainly even when surviving, you don't want to slide, go off the track, hit the grass, do anything crazy, maybe get hit in the ass like Provo's fixing to give right here to Canova. Canova, oh, baby, bumper to bumper going to the kick. Coming out of the slingshot, Provo may have a shot. And if he goes too wide into the kick, that's going to get interesting. Maybe try to set him up right here for Seabiscuit corner and then go to crank it up corner. And then obviously to hold my beer turns. I mean, Provo's wearing him out right here.
Yeah, Brian Provo definitely putting some pressure on. Seen Canova has almost been forced into a mistake a couple of times now with just the pressure that Brian Provo is putting on. You can see absolutely glued to the back bumper of the 70 there. But it seems like through that turn, getting back up onto the oval portion in 1 and 2, Canova's able to pull a pretty good gap on him. It seems like Brian Provo is faster through that infield portion, but just not able to get close enough to really complete the pass before this section of the track that seems like Canova's a little bit faster.
There you see Dylan Canova tried to work his way right there through their airplane turn, airtime turn. Well, we got all kinds of crazy names for all these turns. Provo trying to make something happen. We'll see if he can try to close the gap one way or another. But speaking of which, we'll talk about some of our other great sponsors here with Goat Lockers. We're right there on that cusp of pit stops right here at the halfway point. Talk about another great sponsor that we got going on right here with Goat Locker, and that is Lincoln Tech. Lincoln Tech, obviously a great sponsor, and Lincoln's mission is to provide superior education and training to their students. Damn, just as soon as I say that, hang on a minute. Anderson slid off the track. May end up having Dravic try to get back to him for 5th, but back to the ad. Lincoln's mission is to provide superior education and training to their students for in-demand careers in a supportive, accessible learning environment, transforming students' lives and adding value to their communities. They are one of the largest automotive technology schools in the nation with 23 campuses. Good Lord have mercy. That's a lot of damn schools. And obviously they are the title sponsor of the Lincoln Tech IndyCar Series that you see here live on V-Speed on Tuesday nights. We're going to get a V-Speed instant replay right here. See what in the world happened to Cody Anderson. Damn, just locked the brakes up, slid the tires, and kept it off the wall.
That was actually
baby, what a slide.
70.
Oh, Canova. Okay.
Yeah, that was Canova with that battle between he and Provo that was going on. Gets in there just a little bit hot. You can kind of see he took a little bit wider entry into the turn too. And just with the way that the transition was down off the banking, it seemed like as soon as he hit that, bounced the car around just a little bit and upset it to where just says, I'm going to snap around. But I'll tell you what, that car was making a beeline for the tire barrier, and he did one heck of a job keeping it out of there.
Absolutely. I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse. It really could have been a whole lot worse out of every bit of that right there. I mean, that could have been detrimental to him. It could have knocked him clean out of this bad boy. But, I mentioned it. I was saying Cody Anderson and Canova. I mean, hell, the 20 and the 70, they kind of look alike. Pace scheme's nowhere near alike. As you see Cody Anderson and Canova, both of them jumping down pit road. And both paint schemes look completely different. I have no idea how in the world I messed that up. But McElwain out here leading this bad boy. There's the leaderboard. We're starting it before the playoffs even get here. My God, Daniel Cunningham, you already got one. And we're going to keep this going every single week. So, Cunningham, you are leading right here at this point. I think we need to flip it. Whoever's got the least should win it. Whoever's got the most broadcaster curse, I think that they should win it. So, Daniel, you're already leading the category today so far.
Yeah, I've never been more confident in my ability to win something in my life. I know I'm going to be at the top of that leaderboard at the end of this. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about that. See Cody McElwain there in the race lead. Green flag pit stops are starting. See Canova, Anderson, Drabick all on pit road. James Kaufman, Timothy Wilms also hitting pit road. And real quick, while we do have a moment here, you can see Cody McElwain as he makes his way down pit road, sporting another one of our league sponsors on his machine, and that's InVets. And InVets aids in transitioning to civilian life, focusing on job placement and finding the right community for veterans and their families to ensure their success and happiness. They're a veteran nonprofit in Indiana with the goal of bringing veterans to the state to live and work. And they're also the title sponsor of the Sunday Xfinity Series. And InVets also, in addition to that, they are one of the key players in helping to determine the SimRig recipients that we have here at Goat Locker. With those giveaways that we do for veterans and first responders, I believe that pretty much all of the ones that have received them have actually signed up through InVets. So that's helped to narrow down those applicants and help out that process as well.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's just one of the great things here with Goat Locker. I mean, just one of the great things here at Goat Locker with what they're able to give out, what they're able to, to donate, and just, I mean, all the great things. I mean, you don't see that a lot. As you see Jeremy Gardner, you just saw him on pit road. Provo now leads. McElwain trying to work his way out, maybe try to run him down. But I mean, but you just don't see that out of a whole lot of other race leagues, to be honest with you, Daniel. You don't see that with any other league in iRacing than what Patrick Travick and Jamie Barkas does, for our veterans. And, I mean, you just don't see the give that you see in Goat Locker, and that's why they are one of the best race leagues out there.
Yeah, it really is a unique vibe over here with this league because, you hear the admins say it's not really a racing league. It's a place for veterans. It's a place for first responders. The racing is kind of secondary and just, giving away the sim rigs, having that community that they have over here for people to get a little bit of, I'm trying to think of what the word that I saw used for. I think it was like distraction therapy or diversion therapy. I can't remember what exactly they called it, but basically just a place to kind of get away and just hang out, have a good time with people that, maybe have gone through some of the same stuff that you're going through with being veterans, first responders. So one of the really awesome things that they do over here in Goat Locker for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's real crazy, man. I'm telling you. I mean, glad to be a part of it. And, and not only that, but, what they give back and everything else, but they also give back some great racing. I mean, and this is not necessarily a race league. This is a community. This is friendship. This is a community, building relationships, all the cool stuff that goes on over here, man. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, and, honestly, it's all unbelievable that all of it is through sim racing. All of it is through the internet. All of it's through a sim or video game for some of you out there that think it's a damn video game. But, I mean, that's beside the point. It's just amazing, to see all this. Is you see Cody Anderson working his way through your back, got left rear hook, but... we're sidetracked a little bit, Daniel. You know how we are. We get a little bit rambling when it gets to some of these damn road courses.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of smoke on track there as well in front of that battle between Cody Anderson and Jamie Lipke. I think it was the 70 of Dylan Canova locking it up, getting into turn one. I mean, we've seen him right there on the edge throughout the race this evening. Oh, yeah, I would say he did a little bit more than lock it up. He spun that thing around down into turn number one. So going back and taking a little bit further look at it here, and we'll see exactly what happened. Curious if it may have been the same kind of situation as before that we saw where it just kind of loops around on him getting into this first turn. Carrying a lot of speed on colder tires and, yeah, just... I mean, that's a damn strange place for it to just snap around like that on you. Saw the car kind of bouncing around a little bit before that and just didn't really look settled. But by that point of the turn, you'd almost think, okay, I got it back under control, and then it just snaps on it.
Wow. I mean, just the sheer of Daytona, they say it all the time, Daytona give it, Daytona take it. Even the road course does it. We see it a lot for the super speedways and what, super speedway racing could give you, but even the road course is kind of throwing curveballs and trying to do all kinds of crazy stuff as well. So, but there you see, that is Dylan Canova trying to work his way around, maybe try to run down Brian Provo and try to capitalize I guess you could say, I mean, look right there. There's Provo. There's Canova. They have literally been latched on hold of each other all race long. Even though Canova spun earlier going into turn 1, trying to latch back on. And watch out, Cody Anderson right there behind him. So, I mean, even though the race for the lead is nowhere in sight. I mean, it's in a completely different damn area code, and Jeremy Gardner is as well. The battle for third is heating up a little bit. Provo right there in the mix. You got Canova, then you got Anderson. And Patrick Dravick will look for all three of them to take each other out. And he can slide up right up there. I mean, he's only about 10 seconds back. So this is literally the closest battle that you got on the screen. And all of this, Daniel, just to come up here and talk to us. I mean, we are so loved.
Yeah, you know that's on the back of their mind, that they want to get up here and hear us give each other crap, and probably hear Lucas say something in the background too. You know, that's definitely what they're racing for. They're racing to get up here and just talk to us. And, you know, even aside from that, Patrick Dravick there in that 6th position, he's trying to find a way to get up there and get in that dash for cash spot. I mean, the top 5 drivers are the ones that are going to advance to that next week at Pocono. But Patrick Dravick right now would be the first one out to miss on that. Cody Anderson currently holding that last spot as he battles with Canova and Provo for position here also.
Yeah, we'll see how that ends up working out. As there you see Canova and Anderson battle for 4th live here on your screen, here on V-Speed. Anderson going to use a little draft, maybe pull a slingshot coming off of NASCAR turn 4, if you will, turn 12 for that matter. Looks to the outside. This will be very interesting. Try to make a pass on the outside going into the first turn at the Daytona Road Course. Did not pay off for him. We'll certainly try to fire back off right here coming through. Watch this, whatever the hell it is. Watch this corners. Trying to work his way through here and right up on the back door, Canova. And trying to pull a little intimidator move. You know, we see that a lot on ovals, but that intimidator, I guess you could say the intimidator button really does work out for these road courses as well.
Yeah, that's something, that's something that a lot of times you'll see guys do. They don't really try to make a move necessarily. If you're pretty even on speed, you can just kind of get back there and make somebody think about it a little bit. Make them miss a braking point, make them throttle up just a little bit early. And, I mean, we've seen the 70 of Canova have some issues this evening, so might be part of Cody Anderson's plan is let me just ride here for a lap or two, see if I can force him into a little bit of a mistake where I can just take advantage and get around him that way.
I'm gonna do whatever you got to do to try to get up here and get the position. That's what you got to do. Canova riding into 4th spot. Provo not too far ahead of him. As you see right there, as far as the timer or the intervals, actually Provo, yeah, right there about 4 seconds ahead of him. So one little slip from Provo, and you could have a different spot right there for the podium spot. Then you got about 10 seconds back for this battle's Dravick. Then you got another about 20 seconds, give or take, back. You go back to Kaufman, who's having a very, very quiet night, working his way into the bus stop. And a very, very quiet night for James Kaufman in that 25. And then you got James Silvers right there behind him. Remember, he had that penalty a while ago and got busted. And now he's fought his way back up to 8th as well. So, a whole list of people that we haven't really had a chance to talk about here tonight. But certainly are still in the mix. Is Jamie Libke right there in the mix as well. So Jamie could get up here and mix it up with James Silvers. Battle for 8 could be heating up as well.
Yeah, Jamie Libke just kind of keeping it on track, keeping it clean here this evening. Really solid run so far. And like you mentioned, only about 2 seconds behind James Silvers, who again did have that black flag penalty earlier for contact that was made out on track with George Jewell. So nice recovery for Silvers there, also running in the 8th position.
Absolutely, and there you see right there Cody Anderson trying to reel in Dylan Canova right there as well. And maybe a little bit of lap traffic could play a little bit of a factor right there behind him, but Anderson trying to mix it up with him. Got JGR right there on the side. Remember, I think, did he say what was it, a couple of weeks ago, I think he said something about working for JGR, works for Joe Gibbs Racing, or did I completely miss that, or am I off the walls right here, Daniel? Because I could have swore he said something about he worked for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I remember him saying something about that. I don't actually know what the connection is there 100%, but yeah, I think he said something about crew chiefing or something like that. I don't know. I don't 100% know. Lucas is trying to explain it to me, but you know, Lucas and words sometimes don't go along very well together. So I'll be honest, I don't know. I'm going to have to ask you about that, so that way we can make sure that we're talking about that correct on the next broadcast here with Cody Anderson. But regardless of who he's working for, what he's doing, having a solid night there running in that 5th position. Dylan Canova starting to pull away just a little bit from him, but still within striking distance. If Canova has another little hiccup like he's had a couple of times this evening, Anderson right there to take advantage.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, I mean, Brian Provo, you just saw him right there go through the kink. I mean, Provo's right there in front of him as well. So, I mean, one little slip out of any of these 3 drivers could cost them dearly, from getting a podium spot to even 4th, 5th, and depending on how bad they screw it up, could end up finishing 6th, 7th, or however you want to look at it. I mean, you know, for the most part, folks, this race, it may look boring. I mean, it really might, but these guys has got a straight up handle on these race cars, trying to hold these things steady. Got to hit that lap the right way. Hit your marks. You know, don't slide the tires. If you do, it's going to kill, you know, any type of grip. May flat spot the tires. I mean, just so much going on. So some people may be thinking that this is a boring race, but it's absolutely not that boring of a race. I mean, these guys literally trying to be methodical and be down to the wire to just try to be perfect and try and not screw up.
Yeah, that's really the hardest thing with these next-gen cars at road courses. You know, we talked about a little bit earlier. It's just they don't drive all that well. They don't, and really maybe it's not even that they don't drive all that well. They just drive so much different than anything else on a road course that there's not really a good comparison. I mean, if you don't have a lot of experience in the next-gen, it's just really hard to go out there and make time and be competitive. It seems like the gaps can get a little bit bigger in this next gen, especially compared to like the Xfinity or the ARCA car. But yeah, you see somebody like Cody McElwain out there, he is making it look easy right now. Out there with a 27-second lead over Jeremy Gardner in 2nd. And, you know, the one thing too, especially like watching him get through the bus stop here, we've seen so many other drivers that are coming through here, and they look like they're on the edge of control, but McElwain just looks smooth through there. I mean, he really is. Just seems like he's out there on a Sunday drive just taking care of his stuff, but somehow he's just way faster than the rest of the field doing it.
Yeah, I mean, he absolutely is. I mean, and just, I mean, really looking like he's on cruise control. He would be the one driver, you know, I talked about it a while ago, you know, with everybody trying to be precise and trying to make sure that they don't screw up and keep the car straight and don't do nothing crazy and all this and that. He is the one driver out of everybody that's got that damn thing on cruise control and does not care. I mean, he literally looks like that he practiced for the past 72 hours straight to try to make sure that he won this race here tonight with the Daytona road course with 12 to go. And got a great shot to be able to pull this off. I'll tell you what, Lucas Lyons, our great producer, give us an idea. So I tell you what, folks, we're going to do a quick side-by-side. Let you hear from some of our other great sponsors here with Goat Locker. We'll step away for just a second, but you ain't going to miss nothing. You're going to see all the racing right here at Daytona Road Course. It'll give us a second to catch our breaths. We'll be right back. You're going side-by-side live here on V-Speed.
superior quality, ultimate protection, and the highest level of craftsmanship. We make our gloves for the hard worker that wakes up every morning and gives 110%. You deserve the highest quality protective gear that's going to work for you, day in, day out. We know it can be tough deciding what companies to trust for your hard-earned money. It's all in our name. We've mastered our craft to help you master yours. We make our gloves rugged, durable, and designed for you. Whatever the job is, we have you covered. We are your glove station.
A thriving job market and low cost of living, plus a wide range of veteran benefits, make Indiana the perfect place for veterans of the United States military to call home. InVets can help you find that home. We're an organization started by veterans to help former service members transition to civilian life in our state. InVets can help you find the community with the career opportunities, housing, schools, and amenities that fit your lifestyle. To learn more about InVets, visit us at invets.org today.
And you just saw InVets live right there here on V-Speed. Thank you very much to InVets. And what a way to come back to the InVets number 6 Ford. Just wearing them out. I mean, literally almost a 30-second gap right now with Jeremy Gardner. Then you got Brian Provo, Canova, Anderson, the top 5. Pretty much spread out throughout the field. I mean, nobody's really door-to-door except for, well, right there. Actually, there was a little bit of door-to-door right there with Anderson putting another lap down on another driver. I believe that was Tyler Justice. And what could have been, honestly, for Tyler Justice, if you think about it, I mean, what could have been for him? I mean, just damn. I mean, you hate to see that for Tyler Justice for what had happened earlier on. I mean, what was it? Lap 1? Lap 1 right there on the back chute. And, I mean, Justice never really got a chance to start it off here tonight.
No, he really didn't. And, you know, the first thing that popped into my mind is Tyler Justice and I talk about this all the time. He's a Kyle Busch fan. I'm a Kyle Busch fan. He has had about the same degree of luck that Kyle Busch has had in real life this season. It just seems like he is wrong place, wrong time. You know, this instance, I mean, he can't really say that it was on anybody else, but just an uncharacteristic early mistake out of the 33. I mean, I know Tyler runs a lot of road courses. Seems like he usually has pretty good speed. I mean, hell, he qualified up in the top 5. So, I mean, definitely had the speed to make something happen and have a really solid finish here this evening. But just, man, at this rate, he ought to go out there and just paint a big old 8 on the side of his car, maybe get a little bit of Rebel bourbon or something like that, as I think he actually just missed the first part of the bus stop there. And Lucas, I swear, if you throw that up on the broadcaster curse count, I don't think that one should count, because his night was already cursed from the beginning before I got a hold of it. But yeah, I mean, just
it counts.
It's been all right. Well, Jake says it counts, so damn it, I guess it counts. But yeah, it's just wild. Like, he's a Kyle Busch fan, and he's had the Kyle Busch luck this season. So maybe at some point, his real life driver and both him and his real life driver can turn the luck around here at some point.
Hell, give him a half a point right there. Literally, make it 1.5. I mean, you're right. I mean, his night was already pretty much screwed from the get-go. But I mean, that's one of those. I mean, Daniel, when you come to road courses like what we saw here tonight, or Watkins Glen, or just whatever road course that you go to. Thank you for adding the question mark. But you know, when you go to road courses, what's your mindset going into these things? I mean, are you wanting to try to get out there and try to learn the track, or are you wanting to try to get out there and try to win at the track, or are you wanting to just try to go out there and just make sure you keep all 4 tires on the damn asphalt?
It depends on who's in the race with me. Like, if I'm out here in this race tonight with some of these drivers, like, I know that I'm probably going to be lucky to get a top 10 just based off of the field that we've got. So, I mean, hell, my mindset might have been go out there, run 5 laps, and go find an ice cream cone in a night like this and just call it a night. But one thing is, if Lucas Lyons is out there on the track, my entire mindset going into this race is I have got to beat him. I don't care if we are racing for 25th and 26th, if we're racing for first and second, it doesn't matter what it is. And he would attest to this. We ran a truck race at COTA, and I swear, I think COTA might be my least favorite road course on the face of this planet to race at. But we were running a truck race at COTA, and I mean, we raced the absolute hell out of each other for that entire race. We were side by side for pretty much the entire thing, except for a little bit of difference in tire strategy. And that was it. I think we ran like 5th and 6th in that race or something like that. And we were just like, well, screw it. Ain't nobody else close to us to race around, so let's just race the hell out of each other. So you got to have a little bit of fun while you're out there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, obviously, have a little bit of fun, try to mix it up one way or another. Just try to, just do what you got to do. Just try to mix it up, maybe have a little bit of fun and, see what happens. But at the same time, mix it up, have a little fun, but don't blow it. Don't screw it up. Don't screw somebody, mix it up, too much and everything else. Because, I mean, you get out there, you mix it up, you race, you're having fun, you're enjoying time together and everything else. But you screw the pooch and you just completely mess yourself up and think of something like you daydream about something going into the corner, you can wipe somebody out, and then you're not having fun anymore. Then you got somebody pissed off at you because you blown the corner. Then you end up saying something to somebody that you probably shouldn't have said. And then before you know it, literally, we got beef. I mean, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, or sometimes if you're Lucas Lyons, you're out there having karaoke hour while you're racing. Yeah, he seems to enjoy singing little Harry Belafonte, Jump in the Line, while he's out there. And it makes him miss his breaking point and almost take out half the damn line when he's out there racing. But you'll have that sometimes, especially with Lucas out there. But there's probably times where he's ready to bring himself off of mute in here and just defend himself. But that's part of the fun of these broadcasts, is we can just sit here and we can just mess with him while he's out there running the production truck.
Yeah, but you got to watch out for Lucas Lyons when he does that stuff. He might drop a F-bomb live on the air. Oh, bam, he's done it before. He's done it numerous times before, matter of fact. So you got to watch out for him to pull that right there. Yes, you have. You've done it before. I only want to hear it. Anyway, Cody Anderson up here, P5, trying to somewhat run down Canova. Canova's actually opened up a gap right here, a pretty good gap. But look at this right here. Look at the gaps, even though we were kind of, talking and just kind of carrying on right here. Michael Wayne's got it out to over 30 seconds. Then you got Provo right there sitting in the kind of in the middle right there. Gardner, he's about 30 seconds right there, behind Michael Wayne. As I said, he's sitting in second. Provo sitting there behind Gardner. And then you got Canova and Anderson. So even though it seems like they're not really racing each other, Daniel, still, to a certain extent, they're all separated by about 3 or 4 seconds apiece. So, still, one little slip out of Provo, Canova could get up here and mix it up. Anderson could try to make it up as well. So, everybody's still trying to mind the P's and Q's and not do anything crazy. And then you look back a couple of other seconds, you got Patrick Drabick sitting right here in sixth. So he would have loved to get him a top 5. We talked about his point situation a while ago. So still, right here with 7 to go, still a lot is at stake here tonight at the Daytona Road Course.
I was just doing a little bit of quick math, and I think I have an idea for something, Jake. I think I have an idea that I'll run by you. We would have to get race control on the horn to make this happen, though. And no, I'm not going to talk about throwing a phantom debris caution or say, hey, it's raining over in turn 1. Nothing like that. I think what we need to do is Jeremy Gardner's 33 seconds back, and a lap here is about a minute 50. We'll just split the difference and say, McElwain's running 149s, Gardner's in the 151, 150 range. We'll say minute 50. Do you think if Jeremy Gardner was allowed to skip the infield just one time and just take the oval through 1 and 2, that would actually put him on the back bumper of McElwain for the last 5 laps? I think the math is mathing on that it would work. It might even put him ahead to where then McElwain at least has a little bit of work to do. We just, obviously you just got to get race control to clear the black flag for it. But I mean, hell, that might be a way that we can get these two back up here together.
Yeah, I mean, that would absolutely be interesting to see, but we're hearing from our producer, Lucas Lyons, that it would probably work, but I think Cody McElwain would be against that because he has literally wore him out here tonight, and he does not want any type of competition to try to get up there and mix it up. I wouldn't say competition. That'd be that's actually the wrong way to say it. I mean, he just don't want nobody trying to mix it up here with him because, I mean, he has opened up this gap. He has earned this gap. He has earned it 9 ways to Sunday and put the throttle down, gassed up, and left everybody in the dust 35 seconds now over Jeremy Gardner, taking them all to the virtual woodshed here this evening, coming around this time with 5 laps to go. And, Big Daddy G, we talked about him. We talked to him. I believe it was last weekend. Last week, I believe it was. Road courses. Hell, I ain't good at road courses. I know nothing about them. Actually, matter of fact, it was right before Watkins Glen. I'm not good at road courses. I ain't worried about road courses. Hell, you may see me finish about 6th, 7th, or 8th or something like that, and he pops out of damn podium finishes. Well, right here's another shot for Jeremy Gardner to get a podium finish at road course. So, do you think all of it might have been a little bit of BS, or do you think maybe that Jeremy Gardner really is, I guess you could say, the best thing since sliced bread and be decent at any track that he goes to?
Well, it was funny. I was talking to him a little bit before the race tonight. He's down there in the chat saying, "Yeah, I don't have a shot at anything. I'm going to be 1.5 miles off on speed." And no sooner than he says that, he goes out and puts down the second fastest lap in practice. But one thing that we might have to give him a little bit of crap about here, if this holds up with the way that they're running right now for the finishing order, go back the last 3 races. So of course he won at Texas, but then he finished second at Gateway, then he finished second at Darlington. Now he's in line to finish second here at Daytona this evening. He keeps this up, he's going to be giving Sheldon Creed a run for his money for the king of the number 2 spot here.
Very good possibility, honestly, right there for the 57. And by the way, love the number. Love the number of the 57 and everything. I don't know if he's running that number because that is my number. I'm not 100%. I don't know. Maybe, whatever. That's beside the point. But, I mean, back to your point, he very much could make it interesting and could pull for that run. And, I mean, just doing fantastic right now, running in second. I mean, but I don't know, man. I mean, we'll see what happens right here. McElwain's still in the lead. Gardner's second. Provo third. Mind you on Canova and Anderson. Okay, Canova and Anderson, they got about a 3-second gap over each one of them. Now make it around 2 seconds right now with Anderson trying to run down Canova. Then you got Dravic back there about 6 seconds behind them, could really mix it up as well. So the battle for the lead is pretty much over with. Battle for second's pretty much over with, maybe even third, but fourth and fifth could really still mix it up and even with 6. So still a lot of racing left to go here at the 3.5 miles for the Daytona road course here tonight with 4 to go.
Yeah, and actually just touching real quick on the Gardner second place thing, he actually finished second at Watkins Glen before he won at Texas too. So he's getting pretty accustomed to that number 2 position here in this series. Of course, had a couple of races that coulda, shoulda, woulda went his way with the fuel mileage last week at Darlington, and then also on that last lap battle with Cody McElwain at Gateway. So, really close to having a couple more wins on the season. And I actually just caught something. I think for the first time this evening, our race leader Cody McElwain has actually made a mistake out on track. He didn't hit anything, didn't cost him a ton of time. But we're going to take a look here as he gets to this back straightaway, whatever name you want to give the bus stop back here. Goes to the inside of James Silvers, and it looks like just comes in a little bit hot and misses one of the turns. But he doesn't hit the turtles or the rumble strips, whatever you want to call them. He doesn't go airborne. Keeps all 4 tires on the ground. No harm, no foul, but I think that's probably the first thing he's done wrong all evening.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to think about it for a second, Daniel. obviously here on iRacing and everything, they do bust you, for, some type of penalty for, going off track or trying to cut the corners and everything. We saw it a second ago. Hell, he had about a 37-second gap. Now that sucker has dwindled to under 34 seconds. He's already lost 3 seconds. Something amiss right now on McElwain. Maybe he's just dragging back, trying to take it easy and not screw up. Either that or he's mired behind lap traffic. But, it is very possible. Maybe he left it a little bit, maybe had to because of the time thing. Because I've had that before. You cut it, you cut a corner at road course, big old numbers pop up, says, you got to slow down with this or within this amount of seconds, to drop that penalty timer down. That may have been what happened to McElwain right there, is that penalty timers comes down. Lucas, you probably ain't never heard of that, but I've had that happen before. Because you know what? I suck at road courses. I would know about that kind of thing, Daniel.
Yeah, Lucas said that usually by that point of the race, when he's missing the bus stop or something, he's usually dead by that point. So that checks out. I've run the 24 with Lucas a couple of times, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody with worse luck in the 24 than Lucas here at Daytona. So that's a story for another day, though. But just as we were talking about those gaps and losing time, McElwain puts down another pretty good lap there and stretches the lead back out over second place Jeremy Gardner. So 2 to go here for that 6 car, and he's pretty much got this thing in hand at this point.
Yeah, pretty much he's got this bad boy locked up and already jumping out to about a 37-second gap lead, tried to get away from everybody. Brian Provo has pretty much secured that P3 spot. Gardner has pretty much secured second unless something happens and one of them blows it, screws up one way, shape, fashion, or another. So far, everything kind of just looking like that it's going to pretty much finish off the way that it's going to finish. You see Provo working his way through the turn 3 and 4 for the oval here at Daytona. Battle's still really going on back there for the 4th spot. Canova and Anderson. You see Anderson right here live on your screen. It's about 2 seconds back from Canova. Canova now just hitting the line. Anderson now he hits the line. So still some guys that, could really change it up right there. There you see Canova kind of takes it wide right here going into the first turn with Anderson right behind him. And got to be careful. Don't blow it right here. Hell, you made it 38 laps. Make it 2 more and finish it off.
Yeah, and a little bit further up, we saw Cody McElwain trying to get around James Silvers to put him a lap down. I think James Silvers may have just had the big brain move of the race right there, saying, hey, I can't catch the guy in front of me. He's too far ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and let the leader go, and I can get this over with an extra lap sooner. As you can see there, he's running in behind the 6 of Cody McElwain. As McElwain crosses the line, takes the 1 to go. And he is just 1 lap away from finishing off an absolutely dominating win here at Daytona this evening.
Yeah, he's absolutely took him to the woodshed here tonight at Daytona, working his way through, through the first couple of turns. Now he works his way to the very first horseshoe of the Daytona road course, goes through the kink. He'll find Seabiscuit corner, crank it up corner, and then straight into Hold My Beer turns. Here tonight at Daytona, there's the kink. Just absolutely shooting through there. Look at the gravel. Gravel, asphalt, however you want to look at it. Just marble sliding up, flying up in the air. James Silvers, now he goes off the racetrack, blows the corner behind him. But Cody McElwain working his way, finally getting up to the oval. He's pretty much got this sucker in the bag, and it's pretty much over with. But McElwain now works his way up on the high-speed corners here tonight at Daytona with 31 degrees of banking. Lap traffic right there in front of him. James Kaufman may say the hell with it and just pull out of the way. That way he doesn't have to run another lap. Like you said, the leader gets that much of a gap right there. Screw it. Just pull out of the way, and then that way you ain't got to run another lap. You're not going to be able to gain anything else as well. May as well just go ahead and finish it off early. Silver is taking one last ditch effort to try to run down Kaufman. But for the final time, through 3 and 4, or 11 and 12 turns rather, for the Daytona road course, absolute dominating performance for the number 6. The trend continues with the even numbers for the number 6. Cody McElwain leading 39 of the 40 laps here tonight. He gets it done. Actually, no scratch that. Led every damn lap here at the Daytona Road Course, 40 of 40. He wins it here tonight for the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series race here at the Daytona Road Course. Cody McElwain, your race winner here tonight.
Yeah, like you said, just absolutely took him to the woodshed here this evening. Dominating performance. You know, you talked about that last lap with Kaufman saying, yeah, screw it, just go ahead and go, and I can get this over with a lap sooner. I'd be lying if I said I've never done that on a road course before. Like, hey, leader's coming up. This has been a long evening. Let's go ahead and just ain't going to cost me a position. You can go ahead and go, and I can take the checkered flag right after you.
Cody McElwain working his way down through the International Horseshoe Quarter, I guess you could say. And now he'll work his way out there on the racetrack, try to work his way back around and do a little burnout maybe for the virtual fans and everybody at home watching live here on V-Speed to hook them up with a little celebratory burnout. And, I mean, well-deserved. I mean, 40 laps at a road course. I mean, you know, a lot of people may sit there and go, well, that ain't, you know, nothing to shake a stick at. Yeah, Go Locker's got some fast guys in here. I mean, hell, you got Brian Provo, Jeremy Gardner, I mean, you know, Dylan Canova up there as well. Patrick Dravick, no slouch here on these road courses as well. So you come out here and you lead that many laps and you put that much of ass whooping on them, I mean, it's going to mean something, Daniel.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen that there are quite a few guys that have been putting in the time in the GT3 series, at MK Fire Design series on Saturday nights. A lot of guys that have been working on their road course craft. But despite all of that, Cody McElwain still showing that he is the king of the road around here as he takes a spin through the infield grass, gets the win here this evening. Now he's going to go ahead and start that celebration.
And he is going to burn it down right here in the grass here at Daytona. Well deserved for the number 6 in Vets Ford here tonight at Daytona. And he's going to burn it down and he's going to enjoy this bad boy. Burn it down, smoking it 9 ways to Sunday for the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series. Here presented by Goat Locker. Looks like Patrick Dravick's going to jump up here and give him a little burn out with him as well. Brian Provo, his teammate who finished 3rd, he may jump up here and try to do a little burnout with him as well. But the celebration is on for the Goat Locker Racing team here tonight at Daytona Road Course. So, folks, we're going to step away, let you hear from some of our great sponsors here with Goat Locker. We'll be right back with podium finishers and final analysis. We'll be back here at Daytona here in just a bit.
Superior quality, ultimate protection, and the highest level of craftsmanship. We make our gloves for the hard worker that wakes up every morning and gives 110%. You deserve the highest quality protective gear that's going to work for you, day in, day out. We know it can be tough deciding what companies to trust for your hard-earned money. It's all in our name. We've mastered our craft to help you master yours. We make our gloves rugged, durable, and designed for you. Whatever the job is, we have you covered. We are your glove station.
A thriving job market and low cost of living, plus a wide range of veteran benefits, make Indiana the perfect place for veterans of the United States military to call home. InVets can help you find that home. We're an organization started by veterans to help former service members transition to civilian life in our state. InVets can help you find the community with the career opportunities, housing, schools, and amenities that fit your lifestyle. To learn more about InVets, visit us at invets.org today.
And we're back here live on V-Speed. Daytona Road Course is in the books. And Cody McElway leading all 40 laps here tonight. Gets the win, started on the pole, took him to the virtual woodshed here tonight. He wins at the Daytona Road Course. Jeremy Gardner will finish in the second spot. Brian Provo will get third. We'll talk to those drivers here in just a little bit. Dylan Canova, Cody Anderson rounded out the top five. Patrick Dravick will come home with a sixth place finish. James Kaufman will finish seventh. James Silvers finishes eighth. Jamie Lemke ninth, and Corinne Smith rounded out the top 10.
Finishing just outside of that top 10 is going to be Charles Abert in 11th. Tyler Justice sticks with it, comes home in 12th this evening. Timothy Wilms in 13th. Tyler Evans in 14th. George Jewell 15th. Claire Sisk in 16th. Rounding out the field, it's going to be Jake Ellingson in 17th, as obviously Lucas Lyons didn't turn a lap, and Bobby Germain did not load into the session to take a lap either.
Well, wow, what a lineup here tonight, how it all played out here at the Daytona Road Course. But we got your podium finishers lined up, ready to rock and roll. And why not? We'll bring in the race winner, number 6. How in the hell he led 40 laps at a Daytona Road Course? All 40 of them is in the books, and he leads the most laps with all of them. Pure domination. Cody McElway, buddy, what's the secret? What's the secret to this right here? Because, I mean, you laugh, buddy, but I'm telling you, I mean, it's like I said, that is a virtual ass whooping that you just basically just put on the field. I mean, what's the deal, man? I mean, you got to love this place.
Well, I mean, yeah, I just like road courses. I mean, I rarely run ovals anymore. The ovals I run are here in the league, and everything else I do is mostly IMSA stuff. And I know that sounds crazy because these cars are so different, but it's like I tell everybody, braking technique doesn't care what car you're in. So, yeah, I guess that's just what it is. I run road so much that it just kind of transfers over.
And, Cody, I'll ask you one more, obviously, to give you the opportunity because you are the race winner here tonight. I mean, Cody, this is another win. This is another win for you. I mean, would this win basically solidify that you are the guy to beat here? I mean, because playoffs is coming up here in another 2 weeks, but with this win, I think you tied Jeremy Gardner for the wins here this season. But would this solidify you as the top dog here in the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series?
I don't know about that, man. There's a lot of good drivers in this league, and I've got the wins or whatever, but 2 of them are on road courses, and that's obviously my forte or whatever you want to call it. So. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to say that because, like I said, on the ovals, man, there's 5 or 6, 7 guys that could win any night. So I'm just happy to be here and happy that I'm performing pretty good this season, and we'll just keep giving it our best. That's all we can do.
Well, Cody McElway comes home with the win here tonight, the Daytona Road Course. Cody, buddy, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. And as always, before I let you go, thank your sponsors and any shout-outs.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I'd like to shout out Lincoln Tech, Save 22, obviously Cruisin Classics and Nasty's, the sponsor of this series in particular, Indiana Department of Veteran Affairs, and I'd also like to shout out InVets on my car. And then just every other sponsor, we've got a ton here that make what we do possible, and just can't thank them enough for all that they do. And just like to thank y'all in the broadcast booth, man. Y'all do a terrific job. We appreciate y'all.
Cody McElway coming home with the win here tonight. Cody, buddy, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, sir. See you.
That was Cody McElwain. Already sounded like he's a little bit, or got a little redneck in him. Obviously, he may be wanting to go have him a cold one after that whipping that he gave the field here tonight. We'll go to P2, which is obviously Big Daddy G, Jeremy Gardner. Daddy, we're standing by with him.
Hey, Jeremy, this is Daniel, Jake, and Lucas up in the booth. You got us?
Gotcha.
Well, man, you said earlier in the night that you were just going to run 5 laps and park it because you're not a road course guy, and then you come out here and finish second. So how did you end up doing it? What was your trick to be able to get up there and run second here this evening?
Not cook one, that's for sure. Not kill myself in the bus stop, kind of like Tyler did. I about did the same thing probably about 4 times tonight, but yeah, I don't know. I just try to run a clean race, try to be consistent, that's key to road courses. Obviously I had nothing for Cody. I started feeling a little bit better in practice, and I started kind of learning the lines, breaking points, whatnot. But yeah, I had nothing for him tonight. That's for sure. The little slide on Provo was fun. I hate I got a little loose in front of him, but appreciate him backing it down and not completely killing me.
Well, a lot of solid runs here in this series so far this evening. I made a comment that if you probably be pissed off at me for saying it. I said you finished second in 4 of the last 5 races now, so you're starting to get a little bit of that Sheldon Creed streak going here. But at least you do have a few wins on the season, so you do at least have the ability to go out there and get it done, unlike he does. But building a lot of momentum with the playoffs coming down the line here. So congrats on the second place. And before we let you go, who you want to thank for it?
Jam Printing Promotions, Pat and Jamie, GLR, appreciate everything they do. Of course, y'all guys for putting on the broadcast tonight. Can't wait to go back and watch it after this. That was a long race. Whew. Cruisin Classics and Nasties. I got Premier Racing Setups and Alexander PCs.
All right. Well, congrats again on the P2. We'll see you next week at Pocono for that Dash for Cash race.
Sounds good. See you there.
And that was our second place finisher on the evening, Jeremy Gardner. And Jake, I believe you are standing by with our third place finisher, Brian Provo.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian, buddy, Jake Reeves, redneck announcer up here on the broadcast booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Not much, buddy. Come out here with a P3 here tonight. Solid night for you. What's the main factor, I guess you could say, when you come out here to these these road courses like this? Is it about survival? Is it about skill? Is it about just not giving a damn but just trying to make all the laps? Or just trying to make TV time? What's the deal when y'all come to these road courses? What's your mindset?
Oh man, first, just like any road course, polling or getting on pole or getting out towards the lead of the pack in your qualifying is probably more the most important part. So that way you don't get caught up in either maybe a car that's slightly slower than you in some corners, and the track like maybe Daytona you can kind of gets away with from passing, but it's still hard to pass. It's hard in those braking zones to control the car. So definitely qualifying is probably the most important part. And then from there, just defending. If you do get in front of guys that are slightly faster, Jeremy and Dylan, they were fast all night. Fortunately, Tyler had a mistake early, but he was also fast, and obviously Cody ran away with it. So with the second and third and fourth place, all of us kind of battling out there towards the beginning and middle part of the race, just let Cody, if we don't put pressure on him, he's going to just keep running his fast laps. But yeah, I think qualifying is probably the most important part. And then my mindset going in is trying to qualify fast and then, keep it on the track and keep it clean around other guys. Mistakes happen. Racing everybody fair and then they race you fair back. I think that's always fun.
You pretty much said everything that come with it right there, Brian. Buddy, congratulations on the P3. Appreciate your time. And as always, before we let you go, thank your sponsors and any shout outs.
Yeah, of course, obviously Cruisin Classics and Nasties for sponsoring the Next Gen Series. Cruisin Classics out in Ohio. Been here with Goat Locker, one of the longest sponsors for us. iRacing, MK Fire and Design, and Sim Motion. They couldn't, none of these series could be continuing to grow without everyone's help and going from there.
Brian Provo comes on with a P3 here tonight, buddy. Congratulations once again. Appreciate your time. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks, Jake. See ya.
That was Brian Provo comes home with P3 here tonight. And, well, check it out. We're going to an oval next week, baby. Cannot wait. Pocono, which always puts on a wild one in next-gen cars, Xfinity cars, trucks, however you want to look at it. Pocono will certainly be a good one. What's one thing that we can look forward to next week from the Tricky Triangle, Daniel, getting ready for Pocono next week?
It's probably going to be the debate on, does this place have 3 turns or 6? Because I got to bring that up at some point during the broadcast of how many turns does it actually have. But that's something we'll get into next week. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys attack this place. Of course, it does have the different turns on each part of the track. I don't really know if we could still call this an oval, though, because it is a triangle. But, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Glad to get back to an oval next week. Going to be a good show, and of course we'll have that Dash for Cash to keep an eye on as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a big one right there. It may get a little bit rough, maybe get a little rowdy for all things considered for that Dash for Cash, a little extra cash in some of these guys' pockets. We'll see how crazy they get, how wild they get, one way or another. We'll see what happens. But Daniel, buddy, final thoughts here tonight at Daytona. I mean, obviously caution field. Hell, it was caution free for the road course adventure of the Daytona road course. We had a good time, shot the bull a little bit, caught some great races, saw some great slides. I mean, people sliding around all over the place. But your final take on the race here tonight?
Yeah, just even with the field being spaced out a little bit there at the end, you can see guys were still having to really fight the car to get it around the track. Cody McElwain, he may not view himself as the favorite necessarily for the championship, but he's doing a great job of establishing himself up there at the top of those standings. He's going to have some bonus points to carry through the playoffs as well, so that'll help out with that. But, yeah, we'll have to see if he can break the trend next week at Pocono, get out of that back-to-back, or every other week, rather, and get into a back-to-back win for the first time this season.
We'll see how that ends up working out for Cody McElwain. We'll see if somebody can dethrone him next week at Pocono. Anything is possible. We'll see how it all plays out next week when we go to the Tricky Triangle. But, folks, that is going to do it for this broadcast. Excuse me, here live on V-Speed. We obviously need to thank all of our great sponsors, Cruisin Classics, Jam Printing and Promotions for the Jam Printing Promotions Poll Award winner, Lincoln Tech, Save 22, MK Fire Designs, Invets, Nasty's Restaurant and Bar, Glove Station. Can't forget about, I know I said it a second ago, but Cruisin Classics, I mean, hell, they are the title sponsor of the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series, Above the Yellow Line podcast, and obviously with iRacing. I mean, if it wasn't for iRacing, honestly, we'd be staring at a damn black screen, maybe talking to one another. I'm sure we would. But honestly, if it wasn't for iRacing, I wouldn't have met Daniel, Lucas, Patrick Dravitt, Jamie Barkus, Eddie Smith. I wouldn't have met all the great people, even the fans and everybody. I wouldn't have been able to meet everybody. So thank you very much to iRacing for what they have done. And speaking of the drivers out there on the track, shout out to them. They put on a hell of a show here tonight. And the fans, they always come out in big old numbers for this great league of Goat Locker Racing, and obviously here for V-Speed as well. So thank you very much to the fans as well. And obviously Patrick Dravick, Jamie Barkus, Eddie Smith, everybody over at V-Speed, Adam Baker, everybody for allowing us to come in here, call some racing, be ourselves, entertain you, the fans. So thank you very much to those guys as well. For old Double L, Lucas Lyons, and also for Daniel D. Cunningham, I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves, said as I always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. Thank God we are going back to an oval next week. Tricky Triangle, Pocono. What, turn 4? They ain't a damn turn 4. 3 turns next week. Dash for Cash. Going to be some money changing hands next week. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen next Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, live and only on V-Speed. Don't worry about no turn 4, baby. We ain't got one. We'll see you there.